Welcome back, NYC Fragrance family. Joe's here with a video. Oh my, oh my. Anyway, got one for you today. A special one, very limited edition. There's only 250 bottles made from 6 Cents Parfums. Comes their latest release. It was something that should have been released a long time ago, but finally they got around to releasing it. And I have to say, it is a fantastic fragrance, especially if you're a niche head. The fragrance I'm talking about is their newest release, and it's called Nappa Noir. Now you look at that color of that juice. I mean, this is fantastically concentrated, beautifully smelling fragrance. Think of vintage leather with a powdery, slightly boozy nuance. If you're into leather fragrances and you're a leather fragrance collector, this is definitely a collectible, being that is only 250 bottles. It was made by the perfumer Khalees Becker. She's got over 100 fragrances in her database. Fragrances like many from Killian actually, but ones that I could speak of, Back to Black, which is fantastic, where there's some nuances here that kind of remind me of that a little bit with the leathery touch because of the powderiness and the way Back to Black is. She made Moonlight in Heaven Croisier, which is one of my favorite summertime fragrances, and I happen to own it. She made Tommy Girl, which a lot of women wore Tommy Girl, and maybe even some to this day still enjoy it. I think it's a more youthful fragrance, but she made that one as well. And that's just to name a few. If you go and look up her work and see all the fragrances she's made, I'm telling you, you're going to find ones that either you've had, you've heard about, or you've smelled. She's a fantastic, fantastic perfumer. So this fragrance here, what do we have in the notes? The notes in the fragrance, you have a Moheli Ylang Ylang extract, violet leaf absolute, violet flower accord, brown tobacco, and a coffee aroma. Now the way they want to describe or give you a synopsis for the fragrance, it's life and dreams in black leather. Now I didn't see any leather in the accord or any of the accords, but there definitely is a combination here of the accords that create this fantastic vintage leather in the fragrance. And I did pick up on that slight tobacco part of it. And there is no boozy note either, but for some reason I get this boozy accord with it as well. Now here, this 30 ml bottle is running about $78. I'm lucky enough to have number 24 out of 250. But like I said, there's only 250 bottles. So if you are a leather collector and you're seeking a standout fragrance that no one else will have and probably will be gone soon, you should jump on it. It was released on January 25th. I'm a little late to this because there's been some circumstances holding me back from doing certain things. But again, I'm trying to get it out to you so this way you know about it, and always want to bring you some kind of value when it comes to fragrances and things of that nature. This is definitely, without a doubt, something for you guys that are leatherheads, and I keep repeating myself, but you should definitely check it out. I wore it, and at first it wasn't quite something that I gravitate towards. But then as it wore on and as it dried down and whatever, it just has this elegance to it. It is definitely one of those, if you're going to wear the fragrance, it's going to be when you dress to the nines, in my opinion. It's not a casual fragrance as far as I'm concerned. It's something that you would wear when it's time to go out to a nice party. Now obviously we can't do that right now, but hopefully soon those times will change. You know, I've been also fortunate enough to get my first vaccine shot, and soon I'll be getting my second dose, and hopefully that actually does something, and you know, everything points to it being that I should have immunity towards this virus, and hopefully can get back to some normalcy. And the more and more people get it, we'll all get back to being a little normal. I don't think everything's ever going to be 100% the way it was before, but at least we'll be able to do more than we can today. So back to the fragrance. Every time there's one of these releases, after the first 3 releases, I'm very excited to smell them because they're just treasures. They're small batches and they're collectible. And that is kind of what collectors are into. If you're a collector of fragrances, then this is something you want to have in your collection, without a doubt. Joe is always putting out great fragrances, whether it's the Parfums Cartana line or with Sixth Sense. The first 3 releases, like I said, I enjoyed them. All 3 of them, they all had their own character. And this one takes it somewhere else. And Khalees doing her thing on the fragrance. You can't really go wrong. The way I see it is, collect what you want, get what you want, and this is definitely something, again, for the leather people. You gotta sniff this fragrance. I don't think samples are available on the website anymore, so it's kind of a blind buy at this point. So if you trust what I'm telling you, and you take a chance on the blind buy, hopefully you're not disappointed. I don't think you will be. I personally think it's a really, really finely made creation, and I'm glad to have it in my collection. So, new viewers, thank you for stopping by. New subscribers, thank you for joining the NYC Fragrances family. And Joe Cartana, I want to give a special thank you to you for sharing this fragrance with me. I know we've met, and I appreciate that friendship and camaraderie in the fragrance community that we have developed. And I hope it continues, and I hope we have actually more exposure to each other as things get better. And my NYC Fragrance family, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everything you do. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for continually supporting me. And until the next time, remember, if you smell good, you feel good. Have a nice day.